Welcome to Gaming in 360, and today we're going to talk about what it will take for gaming to become the next mainstream media. Now, first of all, let's define mainstream media. A mainstream media is a channel to distribute information all the way back to the consumer. Previous generations of media are the newspaper, radio, TV, and of course the internet. Now, to be mainstream, to be qualified as such, media needs to have mainly three characteristics. The first one is about scale. Of course, to be mainstream, you need to reach most of the population. Everyone has access to TV, many people have access to the internet. This is why these channels actually became mainstream. Now, the second is about consumer attention. To be able to convey a message to the consumer in an efficient way, you need to have their attention. And so the media itself need to be conducive to that. You need to have people that are hooked to that particular channel for your message to be effective. And the third component of a successful media channel is the infrastructure. There's always an infrastructure that is powering this transaction, that is enabling the media to be transmitted to the consumer. In the case of TV, this was the TV networks. For the internet, this was the web or the network of websites around the world. So gaming has the scale, gaming has the attention, yet its media spend is only a fraction of what is being spent on TV. And that's because the third piece of the equation, the infrastructure, is not there yet. It's very hard today for brands to find the right ways to reach their audience while they're playing games. It's easy to advertise on TV. It's very easy to advertise in the newspaper, on the internet. In games, the environment is not really conducive for brands to actually reach their audience. It's highly intrusive type of advertisement, which are very much optimized for performance or downloading other apps, not for brand advertising. The infrastructure is just not there yet. In fact, the infrastructure has been borrowed from the internet. We're taking two-dimensional ads and we're stacking them on top of 3D rich gaming environment. And this is a very similar thing that happened in the early days of TV, where the very first adverts were actually news anchors sitting like I'm sitting now and reading an ad in front of the TV. Why? Because that is how they used to do it on the radio before. And as the new channel came along, the infrastructure was not ready. And so they borrowed the old infrastructure into the new one. And that is exactly what's happening with gaming today. We borrowed the advertising infrastructure that works very well on the two-dimensional internet, and we're just taking these banners, taking these pop-ups and putting them on top of games, as if this is the ultimate infrastructure for gaming. Well, it's not. The ultimate infrastructure for gaming is something that my company Admix has been working on for the past 2 years, and we call it in-play. The idea is to integrate branded content, whether they are adverts or products or experiences, within the gameplay itself, so that the media itself become conducive to the user spending more time, getting more engaged with the environment, with the gameplay, instead of being interrupted all the time. See, if you look at the history of media, over and over, they have become more immersive and they've become more interactive. Immersion plus interactivity, this is attention. And attention is the currency of any media. So for the gaming to become a mainstream media channel, the media itself needs to be immersive. The media itself needs to be interactive. And that is what in-play is all about. With in-play, you can interact within the game with branded items. You want to buy this pair of Nike sneakers? When you put them on, your avatar can run faster. Or if you play a football game, you might see ads for specific brands just there in front of you around the stadium, just like in the real world. That is in-play. That is the missing infrastructure for gaming to become a mainstream media channel. In-play benefits the end users because they do not get interrupted, and instead they can actually interact with branded elements that actually help them completing the game or power-ups or rewarding the users. It helps the publishers because they get paid every time one of their users interact with these branded items. And it helps the brands because for the first time, they are able to leverage the full richness of gaming as a 3D rich media to promote their products, to promote their services. Gaming is already a dominant activity. There's no doubt about that. It's already a huge market, but it's only nascent as a media channel. And that is what we're working on. And the solution is in-play.